There is a secret formula that all successful people follow. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's something far more powerful. Today, I'm going to reveal the 10 habits that every successful person in history has mastered. If you truly understand and apply these, you will transform your life forever. But be warned, this is not for the weak-hearted. Stay with me until the end, and you will walk away with the keys to your own success. Ladies and gentlemen, if there is one habit that separates the dreamers from the achievers, it is this: definiteness of purpose. Without it, you are like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly in the vast ocean of life, hoping that the winds of chance will carry you to success. But I tell you now, success does not come by chance, it comes by design. Look around you. Every single person who has achieved greatness, every titan of industry, every leader, every innovator, knew with absolute clarity what they wanted. They did not merely wish for success, they demanded it from life itself. They burned their desires so deeply into their minds that they became an obsession, a force so strong that nothing could stand in their way. Think about this. How many people do you know who say they want success, yet when you ask them what they truly want, they hesitate, they stutter, they second-guess themselves, they have no definite aim, and because they lack direction, they wander through life, bouncing from one opportunity to the next, hoping, just hoping, that one day things will magically fall into place. But hope is not a strategy. Success is reserved for those who decide exactly what they want and then pursue it with every fiber of their being. And when I say exactly, I mean exactly. Not I want to be successful or I want to be rich. No, that is too vague, too weak. You must carve your goal into the stone of your mind with absolute precision. You must see it, feel it, breathe it, live it. If you desire wealth, know the exact amount. If you seek influence, define how and where. If you wish to create, envision the final masterpiece before the first stroke is even made. Success bows to those who have a clear, unwavering vision. History has shown us this truth time and time again. The greatest minds, the pioneers, the builders of empires, they all had a definiteness of purpose so unshakable that not even failure, criticism, or defeat could deter them. They did not wake up each morning and wonder what to do next. They already knew. Their vision was fixed in their mind like a guiding star, illuminating their path even in the darkest time. And let me tell you something. When you know your purpose with absolute certainty, something extraordinary happens. The world bends to your will. The right people appear. The right opportunities align. The very forces of the universe begin working in your favor because you have given them a clear command. But here's the challenge. Most people never take the time to define their purpose. They are too distracted, too consumed by trivial matters. They allow the noise of the world to drown out the voice of their inner calling. And as a result, they remain stuck year after year, wondering why success eludes them. Do not let that be you. You must make a decision, a firm, unshakable decision about what you truly want in this life. Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Because until you do, you will remain at the mercy of circumstances instead of being the master of them. The mind, your greatest weapon, your most powerful tool, your ultimate key to success. Yet, for most people, it is their greatest weakness, their heaviest burden, their most destructive enemy. Why? Because they have never learned to control it. They allow their thoughts to run wild like an untamed beast, sabotaging their every move, drowning them in doubt, fear, and hesitation. But mark my words, until you master your mind, you will never master your life. Look around you. Look at the world's greatest achievers, the giants of industry, the pioneers of innovation, the champions of history. What do they all have in common? They have absolute control over their thoughts. They do not allow fear to dictate their actions. They do not let failure break their spirit. They do not permit negativity to poison their ambition. They have trained their minds like an iron fortress, impenetrable, unshakable, unstoppable. And yet, the average person walks through life like a puppet, their strings pulled by every fleeting emotion, every passing worry, every whisper of doubt that enters their mind. One day, they feel motivated, ready to conquer the world. The next day, a little setback crushes their spirit and they retreat into mediocrity. They are slaves to their own uncontrolled thoughts. But here's the truth. The mind is not meant to control you. You are meant to control it. And when you do, when you take full command over your thoughts, your beliefs, and your emotions, you will unlock a power so great that it will seem almost magical. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt fear gripping your chest? stopping you from taking action? Have you ever let self-doubt whisper lies in your ear, telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not capable enough? That is the enemy. And if you allow that enemy to live rent-free in your mind, it will rob you of everything you were meant to achieve. The battle for success is not fought in the physical world, it is fought in the mind. If you believe you are destined for greatness, nothing can stop you. But if you allow even a shred of doubt to take root, you have already lost before you even begin. The greatest warriors, the most brilliant minds, the most legendary leaders, they all understood this truth. Success is created in the mind first. But let me be clear, mastery of the mind does not happen by accident. It does not happen by wishing for it. It happens through discipline, through practice, through relentless mental conditioning. You must train your thoughts like a warrior sharpens his blade. You must guard your mind like a king protects his throne. Eliminate doubt, destroy fear, erase negativity, and do it daily. You must become the master of your own thoughts, or you will be ruled by them. Because whether you realize it or not, every thought you allow to stay in your mind is shaping your destiny. Right now, at this very moment, your thoughts are either building you up or tearing you down. They are either pushing you forward or holding you back. And here's the secret. Your mind will believe whatever you tell it. If you tell it you are unstoppable, you will become unstoppable. If you tell it you are destined for greatness, greatness will be drawn to you like a magnet. But if you tell it you are not good enough, not worthy, not capable, then that too will become your reality. Because the mind does not care what you feed it. It simply accepts what you give it and turns it into truth. So, what will you feed your mind? Will you fill it with fear, hesitation, and self-doubt? Or will you flood it with power, confidence, and an unshakable belief in your own success? The choice is yours. But make no mistake, that choice will determine the course of your life. Failure. The word that sends shivers down the spine of the weak, but fuels the fire of the strong. The word that most people fear, yet the very thing that every great achiever has faced, embraced, and conquered. Let me make this crystal clear. If you do not develop the habit of persistence, if you do not train yourself to keep going when everything inside you screams to quit, you will never taste success. Look back through history. Every single person who has built an empire, invented a masterpiece, or changed the course of the world has one thing in common. They refused to stop. They did not see failure as defeat. They did not see setbacks as signs to quit. Instead, they saw them as stepping stones to their ultimate destiny. Because the truth is, success is never given to the person who quits. It is given to the person who endures. And yet, how many people give up the moment they face resistance? How many abandon their dreams at the first sign of struggle? They start with excitement, filled with energy, ready to take on the world. But then, bam, a challenge appears. A door closes, a rejection letter comes, a plan doesn't work out, and what do? They throw in the towel. They say, maybe this wasn't meant for me. Nonsense! Nothing great has ever been achieved without struggle. Nothing. Every success story is a story of resilience, of fighting through doubt, of standing back up after being knocked down 1,000 times. You think Thomas Edison created the light bulb on his first attempt? He failed over 10,000 times, but did he quit? No. He said, I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That is the mindset of a champion. You think Henry Ford, the man who revolutionized the automobile industry, had an easy path? He went bankrupt 5 times before he succeeded. 5 times he lost everything. 5 times people told him he was a failure, but he refused to listen. He kept going, and because he did, he changed the world. And what about you? What will you do when you face failure? Because let me tell you something, it is coming. There is no avoiding it. No shortcuts, no easy roads. If you set your sights on something great, you will fail. You will stumble. You will hit roadblocks. But what separates the ordinary from the extraordinary is what you do next. Do you retreat? Do you let doubt creep in? Do you start believing the voices that tell you, maybe this isn't for you? Or do you fight? Do you stand back up, look failure in the face and say, is that all you've got? Because here's the truth. Every time you refuse to quit, every time you push forward when others would stop, you grow stronger. Your mind becomes tougher. Your spirit becomes unbreakable. And one day, one glorious day, when you least expect it, you win. Not because luck was on your side, not because the universe handed you success on a silver platter, but because you earned it. Because you refused to back down when everyone else did. Because you understood the most powerful truth of all. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is the price of admission. So ask yourself, are you willing to pay that price? Are you willing to fail 100 times if it means success on the 101st? Are you willing to keep swinging, keep grinding, keep fighting, no matter how many times you fall? Because if you are, then nothing can stop you. No man, no woman, no single individual has ever achieved massive success alone. Not one. The lone wolf, the self-made myth, the idea that you can climb to the top without the help of others. It is a lie. Success, real success, is built on the foundation of collaboration, collective intelligence, and the power of a mastermind group. Let me ask you a question. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Because this, more than talent, more than luck, more than education, will determine your destiny. The people you allow into your circle will either lift you to greatness or drag you into mediocrity. There is no in-between. Look at the most successful people in history. They understood this truth. They knew that to achieve extraordinary things, they had to surround themselves with others who were just as driven, just as hungry, just as obsessed with success as they were. They knew that their ideas, their energy, their entire reality would be shaped by the people around them. Henry Ford, one of the greatest industrialists of all time, had a mastermind group that included Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone, and even President Warren G. Harding. Think about that. Some of the most brilliant minds in history, meeting regularly, pushing each other, challenging each other, sharing knowledge, fueling one another's success. Do you think that was coincidence? No. That was strategy. Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men to ever live, built an empire not because he knew everything himself, but because he surrounded himself with people who did. He openly admitted that his success was the result of his mastermind group, a team of brilliant minds who helped him expand his vision, solve problems, and execute on a massive scale. And yet, the average person, what do? They spend their time with complainers, with excuse makers, with people who drag them down instead of lifting them up. They let the doubters, the skeptics, the fearful, the lazy dictate their mindset, and then they wonder why success feels impossible. Let me be clear. Your environment shapes you. If you surround yourself with weak minds, your mind will weaken. If you surround yourself with people who make excuses, you will start making excuses. If you spend your time with people who accept mediocrity, your life will become mediocre. But if you place yourself among giants, if you build a mastermind group of ambitious, driven, unstoppable individuals, then you will rise to their level. Their energy will fuel you. Their knowledge will sharpen you. Their belief in success will reinforce your own. A true mastermind group is not just a group of friends who talk about success. No, it is a deliberate, strategic alliance of people who are actively pushing toward greatness. It is a meeting of minds that creates something far greater than what any one person could achieve alone. Because here's the secret. When two or more minds come together with a common goal, something extraordinary happens. A third, invisible force is created, a power beyond the individuals. Ideas flow. Solutions emerge. Energy multiplies. It is like tapping into an unlimited source of intelligence, a force that turns visions into reality. But here's the challenge. Most people never form a mastermind group. They never seek out those who can challenge them, elevate them, push them beyond their limits. Instead, they stay comfortable. They stick with the same small-minded people who tell them to be realistic. They settle for the company of those who fear success instead of those who pursue it relentlessly. And that is why they fail. That is why their dreams remain dreams. Because they never placed themselves in an environment where those dreams could become reality. So I ask you, who is in your mastermind group? Who are you allowing into your mind, your energy, your circle? Are they pushing you to greater heights, or are they keeping you where you are? Because whether you realize it or not, your success or failure is being determined by the people around you right now. The world does not reward those who think about success. It does not reward those who talk about success. It does not reward those who sit on the sidelines waiting for the perfect moment. No, the world rewards those who act, those who make decisions fast, those who take bold, fearless, decisive action. Success is never given, it is taken by those who are willing to move when others hesitate. And here's the brutal truth. Indecision is the silent killer of dreams. It is the invisible thief that robs people of their potential. It is the disease that infects the minds of the weak, keeping them trapped in endless cycles of doubt, hesitation, and fear. How many times have you seen someone hesitate on an opportunity only to watch someone else seize it and succeed? How many people do you know who say, I should start a business, I should invest, I should take that risk, but never do? Should is the word of the weak. Should is the excuse of the hesitant. Should leads to nothing. The great achievers of history, they do not hesitate. They do not dwell in what-ifs. They do not waste time waiting for the right moment. They decide and they act. Immediately, aggressively, relentlessly. Andrew Carnegie, one of the richest men to ever live, was once asked, what made him different from others? His answer, the ability to make a decision quickly and never change it unless absolutely necessary. That is the habit of every successful person. Henry Ford, another titan of industry, built an empire not because he was the smartest man in the room, but because he was the boldest. He made decisions fast. He committed, and even when things didn't go as planned, he adapted without hesitation. Contrast that with the average person. They hesitate, they overthink, they analyze, reanalyze, and analyze some more until the opportunity is gone. And then what happens? They justify their inaction with excuses. Maybe it wasn't the right time. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. No, the only reason they lost was because they didn't move. Let me be clear. Perfection is a myth. If you are waiting for all conditions to be perfect before you act, you will die waiting. The most successful people in the world do not wait until they feel ready. They move before they feel ready. They understand that action creates momentum, and momentum creates opportunity. And here's something you need to burn into your mind. You will never have all the answers before you start. You will never have absolute certainty. You will never have a foolproof guarantee that everything will go smoothly. But that is not an excuse to hesitate. The most successful entrepreneurs, leaders, and innovators in history all made decisions without having all the facts. They trusted their instincts. They took risks, and because they acted while others were still thinking, they seized opportunities that others missed. But here's the key. Once they made a decision, they committed to it fully. They did not second guess. They did not hesitate halfway through. They did not allow doubt to creep in and sabotage their progress. They moved forward with absolute conviction. Think about this. How many people have a dream, an idea, a vision, but never act on it? They let fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of making the wrong decision paralyze them, and because of that fear, they remain stuck in mediocrity. But the truth is, the only wrong decision is making no decision at all. Decisive action is what separates those who achieve from those who only wish. It is what turns dreams into reality. It is what allows ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary things. The question is, when your moment comes, when an opportunity is in front of you, when life demands that you make a choice, will you hesitate or will you act? Faith, not the kind of faith that hopes, not the kind of faith that wishes, but the kind of faith that knows, the kind of faith that sees success before it exists, the kind of faith that moves mountains, the kind of faith that fuels every great achievement in history. Let me tell you something. No one has ever achieved greatness without faith. No one. Every great empire, every towering success, every impossible dream that became a reality was first built in the mind long before it existed in the physical world. The dreamers, the builders, the revolutionaries, they saw what no one else could see. They believed when no one else believed. And because of that unshakable, unstoppable, unwavering faith, the world bent to their vision. But look at the average person. What do? They let doubt control them. They listen to the voices of fear. They tell themselves, I'll believe it when I see it. And because of that mindset, they never see it at all. They have it backward. The truth is, you must believe it first, and only then will you see it. Every great achiever understood this. Every self-made success story, every millionaire, every industry titan, every world-changing innovator, before they had anything, before they saw any proof, before they had even a single reason to believe, they had faith. Do you think Thomas Edison had proof that he would invent the light bulb after thousands of failures? No, but he had faith. Do you think Henry Ford had evidence that his automobile revolution would change the world? No, but he had faith. Do you think the Wright brothers had any logical reason to believe that man could fly when the entire world said it was impossible? No, but they had faith. And here's the truth. If you do not have absolute unwavering faith in your vision, no one else will. If you don't believe in yourself, why should the world believe in you? If you don't have conviction in your dreams, why should anyone else support them? The most powerful force in the universe is a mind that is absolutely certain of its success. But let me tell you something else. Faith is tested. Every time you set out to achieve something great, life will throw obstacles in your path. You will face setbacks, you will be rejected, you will have moments of doubt, people will laugh at you, they will tell you it's impossible, they will try to shake your belief. And this, right here, is where most people fail. Because when the first sign of failure comes, what do most people do? They start questioning themselves. Maybe they were right, maybe I'm not good enough, maybe this isn't for me. And the moment they let that doubt take root, they lose. Because the second you stop believing, the second your faith wavers, you sabotage your own success. But the great ones, the ones who leave a mark on the world, they hold their faith no matter what. When failure strikes, their faith stands tall. When the world tells them they can't, their faith tells them they will. When logic says it's impossible, their faith tells them it is already done. Because here's the secret. Faith is not a feeling. Faith is a choice. You must choose to believe even when there is no proof. You must choose to move forward even when the path is unclear. You must choose to act as if your success is inevitable. Because when you do, the universe has no choice but to make it so. Faith is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Faith is the force that turns ideas into reality. Faith is the power that bends the world to your vision. And the question is, do you have it? Because without it, you will hesitate. Without it, you will crumble under pressure. Without it, you will let doubt steal what was meant to be yours. But with it, with true, unbreakable, unshakable faith, nothing can stop you.